Hi everyone, Cade is back again. I'm sorry, I'm so used to using the K-Mate, and it's hard to actually just say Cade is back. But I'm back again. If you cannot tell right now, I'm once again losing my voice. I have really bad nose issues right now. Okay, I either have stuffed nose or it's like runny plus bloody together, and it's weird. And it's not like it's a really bad like bloody nose where it's like gushing out blood, which I did have that last night, which was not fun. They're my left nostril just gushing out blood. I'm like, what is going on? I didn't do anything. This should not be happening. And so, yeah, no. I've been I've not feeling that good, and I'm like losing my voice. And it's hard to even breathe with the nose problem. Like, if one is stuffed, the other is like kind of stuffed, and it's really hard to breathe. And I can't even talk in my deep voice that much. So I'm like, of course, talking in my girl voice kind of technically, which if you're new to the channel, hi, hello, I'm Cade Stutzman. I'm a non-binary weirdo. I'm also pansexual. So I've been either drinking random stuff like right now, randomness, which is aka soda. Probably not good for the throat, but I don't care. It helps with the stuffed nose a little bit and everything. Because I don't like having a stuffed nose. I know when I have a stuffed nose, it means, of course, the sore throat and everything is gonna stay, and I'm just gonna keep on using my voice. And I don't like that. I don't like it one bit. But also, the sodas just help draining down like anything that's coming down from my nose. So I'm sorry if this is gross, but it basically explains what's going on and why I can barely even talk. And why I'm not gonna be singing. And this video is just an explaining video. Also, if you could not tell, I got a haircut, and of course I have pieces sticking up. Who cares? So I've had them sticking up probably all day, and I haven't really cared. I got the haircut though on Saturday this week. And I think, well, my birthday was on Sunday, of course. But I didn't want to make videos on Monday or Sunday or Monday. I mean, because Sunday I went to the mine shaft in Hartford. Really fun. If you've never been there, you really need to go. Because it's a really fun place. They have one whole entire level of just like, it's just filled with games. They even have a Walking Dead game, which is real fun. And I've played it at least like 2 times, that Walking Dead game. One time with my dad and the other time with my grandpa and everything. So if you're like a Walking Dead fan or anything, they got that. They also got like Connect 4 Pac-Man, which really like playing Pac-Man. It's a really fun place to go. Even if it's not your birthday, like you could just go there randomly and everything. And on Monday, I wore a dress that day, so of course I'm not gonna record. I'm wearing a dress. I'm not gonna record wearing a dress. Especially if I were to dance. Like, yes, I wear my spandex underneath the dress, but still, nah. On Tuesday, which is a not so good day, especially because that whole entire day, I don't know what it was, but I really was for not I really, for some reason, was not hungry at all the whole entire day. And if you know me, I'm usually quite hungry most of the time, and it's because of the fact of having fast metabolism, but also it's just I'm a hungry person sometimes. And so I snack sometimes during the day, just because of being hungry. But for some reason on Tuesday I was not hungry one bit. But then after school, like even before after school, I was more of looking at the time because I have a bad anxiety of always checking the time. Like I even do it when I'm like sleeping and everything. Like I have to check the time at night and stuff so that I wake up on time sometimes. And that's how I usually got up on time during last year and stuff, where I checked the time at night. And that's how I got this anxiety because of last year, because of my brother not living with us anymore and everything. So I didn't have him wake me up every day, and my mom wouldn't wake me up sometimes, like she'd forget. So I started doing that on my own, where I literally wake up at different points in the night, like not full on wake up, but just wake up enough to see the time and be like, okay, it's 11 something, or okay, it's 1. And it's been a really bad habit since then. And so, but it's a good way of waking me up, at least on like an alarm where it literally annoys the crap out of me and I get a really bad headache, because when my mom used to use one of her old phones and she put a ringer on it as like an alarm to wake me up, even if it was a song I like, it was super loud. Even if you had it like on the lowest level, it was so loud. And I'd like after having that for like a couple of months, I'd start getting a headache as well with that. And when I switched to alarm clock, I got so many headaches that instead I got really bad anxiety and started waking up at different points of the night to check the time and be like, okay, it's this time. I still have this many hours. But it's not as bad as like my other anxiety of like people staring at me, which was the reason why it was hard starting this channel, which you guys should be happy I got over like my camera fright, because that was one of the things as well. I had really bad camera fright when I was younger, and I still somewhat do have a camera fright, but it's not really a fear or anything. It's more of the fact of like the dislike of people taking a picture of me without me knowing, or just people taking a picture without like my permission and stuff. And I feel like I really don't like it. And I had that happen one time in like 8th grade, and I was getting dressed in the locker room when this one girl, and it's the main person who I talk about and everything. I don't say her name, of course, so because if she watches these videos, of course she's gonna be probably commenting shit about me. Yes, I swear. I swear sometimes. I'm sorry that I do. If any of my family are watching, I'm sorry, but when I get very annoyed, I will sometimes swear, and I don't always like it. I don't always like swearing, but if I'm like very annoyed and stuff, and this is an annoying topic for me, because this was the girl that was like the main reason why I left Lamira, besides the fact of also coming out, because I wouldn't have been able to come out as pansexual or non-binary at Lamira. I would have been right away failing my classes instead of having almost like all A's, which right now I don't know what a couple of my grades are. I know they were A's, and then my geology and my astronomy were like C pluses at the one point, because my teacher literally expects us to take a test after a week of only learning something. And it's like I can't do that, because my brain has to have more time to actually retain all the information. Like it can retain some of it, but not all of it, which I do have a test tomorrow, which like I said is after a week of only like learning on volcanoes and everything, because we started last week on Friday, and this week Friday we have the test, and so it's a little bit hard to have a good grade actually in the two classes. But I don't know if they're back up to A's again, because I was doing pretty good. And I'm doing actually really good in astronomy right now, which would be a reason why I would have an A or something, or at least a better grade than a C. So, yeah. Geometry, unsure about. Don't really know my grade in that class. I knew it was an A as well. It's been an A for quite a bit and stuff. So, I don't know if it's gonna go down again or not. But yeah. Okay, if I was at Lamar, I would never have any good grades. Like, I'd never have an A besides Inquirer, because, of course, Mr. Vanderpass doesn't go by favorites or anything, or doesn't go by people that have a family member working there, aka like a mother or something. Because that's how other teachers are. They, of course, gotta believe all the popular kids. And when a popular kid says, of course, oh yeah, this person's not doing anything, you gotta do something about it. You, of course, get right away switched to a different class, because that's what happened last year. Literal. I was doing good in accelerated English, and then the one girl who I was working with on the one project literal said I was doing nothing, and so we both got a bad grade on it, but she still got an A in the class because, of course, she was said to have done more work than I did. No, I created a whole entire outline. The idea of checking both our high school and the different colleges' grading system, my idea. Yes, I was not working on the outline that, of course, Mrs. Wilkie made and everything, because I really didn't want to, because it's not the outline I'm used to, nor is it the outline I like, which is why I created my own on an outline that I used, I think, in like 8th grade or so. When I did the MLA format and everything, I also like had it like very organized because of the fact of being in computer applications, showing you how to organize, have it double space, have it different tab stops and everything like that, and everything. And then Tenley created her own thing and put all my information that I had handwritten and typed, rewording it somewhat here and there, so then it wasn't like where I was like exactly copying what I was saying, because some of the stuff were from the actual things and like some of the words from the different grading systems, so I didn't want to have like copyright or anything like that, or plagiarism, so I was rewording my stuff, and she, of course, used quite a bit of my things. Didn't even reword it, she just, so yeah. So that was not a fun thing, and I still had like a C+ in the class because of other group projects and stuff, because it didn't seem like anyone wanted me in that class, and it seemed like I couldn't do any work at all. Because if I did actual work, of course, I wouldn't have been given any credit of that work. I would have right away been, of course, people saying, oh no, she didn't do any of this. I did. She didn't even help when I did probably almost everything. Like in the one group, I did everything, but that group, I was a little bit more fine with doing almost everything. You know, I was upset the one guy did nothing. He sat there on his phone talking and everything. And it's like, really? You cannot at least like somewhat help? So I had to do kind of everything, even though the other girl, she was blind, which is why I was a little bit more lenient on doing more and stuff. She at least like reworded some of the stuff I put and everything. She made her own document so that she could put on her like other thing and have her facts and stuff. And that I kind of understood. I was more fine with that, but because the other guy was not working at all, I was more upset But then again, I didn't even get any credit for at least helping and doing most of the work. Instead, the guy got most of the credit, and so did the blind girl, which, of course, she could get credit and everything. She at least reworded what I put and stuff. She put in her own words so that she could understand it more, because I know my intellectual language is sometimes hard to understand. But of course, it was upsetting last year that I got switched out of class for people saying I was doing no work. And then other stuff happened, like my exam I actually did pretty good on, but of course I didn't get any credit for it. I got, I think, like a D on that, even though I really shouldn't have, because there was no right or wrong answer for a bit of those questions that were on it, especially because our essay question was basically, do you agree or disagree with something on the topic? And I think I was like disagreeing or something. And I was talking about how the place needed, like, because it was something about China and, like, their internet barrier, and it was saying, do you agree that they should keep this up, or do you disagree, and that and I was saying I disagree, that they should let their people know what has happened in the past. Like, I know there's the one thing that happened where the guy got killed by, like, a tank or something, and it was like student protests were even going on because I think a leader got killed or something like that, and they put like a really bad leader in the place of him. So I've watched documentaries on this, so that's kind of how I know this a little bit. But yeah, so I was like kind of upset. Like, really, it's an essay question. There's like no right or wrong answer, for one, and two, you can't just put a D on it and not have anything marked on why I have that D. Like, there was nothing marked on it. Nothing marked on it. It was blank. It was like she didn't even read it. It was like, just, I'm gonna give her a D. So yeah. So I'm quite upset with the school I went with last year. Or that I went to last year, and almost all my school career until this year, because I've had so many troubles. Like 7th grade, I think I probably explained this, I got failed on purpose when I was getting A, B's, a couple C's here and there because of the assignments being late, so of course points got taken off. But I shouldn't have gotten an F in that class. I should at least gotten like a C to a B. But no, the teacher failed me on purpose because she literally hated me for no reason. That, or because of family members. Because I know that's how some teachers are. If you have a bad sibling or something, they think right away, you're going to be bad as well. You're going to be no different from your brother or sister. It's like, no, I probably most likely am for most people. It's only like the rich snobby people that are no different from siblings quite a bit of the time. It's more of people that are like more off lower class and everything that are usually different from our siblings, unless of course you're like the real low class and you're like the people that kind of like smoke and everything. So yeah. So it's just like, it was really upsetting last year. And it's like, I'm quite happy this year that I've had almost all A's except for a couple C's here and there. But I'm also quite happy that I was able to come out as being pansexual and stuff, and then finally figuring out the different terms and what I am, because I thought I was a androgynous and everything, but then I found out androgynous just means you look kind of guyish or you look kind of girlish, like you're in between. And I don't always look in between. I look sometimes just more girlish, but when I actually sometimes dress as like a guy, I do sometimes look like a guy. But I also like being more guyish than I do girlish. I like being called by my guy named Cade, which, like I said, I'm gonna go. Oh, wait, no, I don't think I said this. I'm gonna go to the office and change that, unless I did say it, and I cannot remember anything, because I've been having rough time and everything, so I don't know. So, yeah. That, and then, started going to Sage, started biking. I rode my bike yesterday basically, and it was so hard because one, my brakes and my chain were like kind of not so good because of the fact that I'm being in a basement so for like a few months here. And so it was like really hard biking yesterday because the bike kept on stopping and stuff, or when I would try riding it would go. I've like yesterday, I mean not yesterday, the day before I thought it was like a tire, the back tire, because the back tire was flat. Well, then when I put the air in, I was like, nope, it's not the back tire, it's something else. So when I got home yesterday, me and my mom figured it was probably like the chain, or well, she figured it was probably the chain and stuff. So we put some WD-40 on it and everything to help loosen up the brakes a little bit and help with the chain as well, which, wait, bloody nose, once again. I get it, probably not the best time to be on camera with a bloody nose, but hey, truth is better than lying. Or at least to me it is. If you're the type of person that rather lie than tell the truth, then don't even be my friend, because I'm too much of a truthful person. It's almost as bad as last night. Just a different nostril. Because last night was my left one. But yeah, no, I've also had drama today though, as well, with friends line, of course. Okay, these two, they're not really my friends. They're more off at like the same lunch table as me, and my actual friends were making jokes and stuff. Like they're in a really like fun kind of mood and everything. So they were just making jokes about the two of them dating and everything and stuff. Yeah, they're not dating yet. They may or may not start dating, these two, but they were just literally making jokes. And then my one friend was asking if the guy liked the girl and everything, and they right away took it really offensive and stuff. When they got to the lunch table, because we sit at separate tables only because one of my friends had a whole lot of anxiety attacks when my one friend wasn't there, and she is also kind of claustrophobic, so it really wasn't a good idea of having quite a bit of us sitting at one table when she's claustrophobic, so yeah. But I, of course, when they started talking shit, I think, like I said, when I get angry, I will swear. That was pretty much what they were doing. They were basically just talking shit about these two of my friends. When they started doing that, I was like, really? Like, yes, I don't think it's a good thing to say stuff, I think, or be rude. But I also know my friends, and I know they wouldn't actually be rude. I know they're more off the type of people that will make jokes, because we, of course, started making jokes about my one friend when she started dating her best friend and everything, and we thought they were adorable. But then they also started making jokes about me, well, not much, but like a little bit. But then they also thought me and my former boyfriend, well, ex-boyfriend, which we broke up, we're staying as friends, and we think it's better that way because it was real awkward, which I don't know if I already explained this. I probably did last week, but I don't know. Like I said, not really good bloody nose right now. Not as bad as yesterday, though. Yesterday was way worse than this because it was gushing out. And I mean, like, literal gushing out. Like, it did not stop coming out. Which right now it's not, but I mean, like, yesterday it was, like, just coming out. Like, I grabbed one, it got filled up, I grabbed another, and it started dripping over my mouth and stuff. Like, it didn't go in, it went over my lip, though, and stuff, but like I said, my friends are more often jokesters, so of course, me being me, I went over there at some point. Probably a little bit after they started talking shit, only because I wanted to eat before I did anything. Because I was hungry and my stomach was hurting at one point, so I don't know if it was because I was hungry or something else. It was something else. I figured that out after getting home a little bit. At like 4 something is when I got home, so, but yeah. So, after eating and everything, I went over to my actual friends and stuff, and so I was at first not gonna tell them. Like, I wanted to more of just have fun a little bit with them and stuff, and show them what I did to my postcard. I mean, not note card. Dumbness. Stupidity. That's what I am right now. I'm dumb and stupid right now. But my note card that I got for geometry class yesterday, I was literally just poking holes in it, and I wrote "deal with it" with the holes and stuff. And then I wrote "Cade" on the bottoms, a little bit smaller, but still poked holes. It was so funny. Especially because I tried showing one of the people in my class and everything, and he couldn't read it at first, and I thought it was so funny. I'm like, how can you not read it? It's really easy to read. And it's like, he even has glasses, and I'm like, how can you not read it? The one girl, of course, like, I understood why she couldn't see it, because she was, like, quite a bit away from me, but then she also needs glasses to see as well. Not as bad as, like, some people, like, she isn't blind without them, but she might have, like, some sort of, like, vision problem that does close up. But she does have the glasses, so, yeah, but I thought it was so funny and everything, and so I showed them that before. I was saying censor the child to my one friend because she was a little rubbing off my other friend. I'm like, no, we gotta censor the child. So I pulled her sleeves above her hands and stuff. And it was so funny, especially because she was wearing her boyfriend's sweater, which made it even easier to literally do that. I then told them a little bit after that the two people were talking crap about them. About the two that were sitting next to each other, which was the one I was censoring and the one that was helping me censor her. So yeah. My one friend, she was literal upset. Like, she got up right away. Me and the other girl. Okay, the one I was censoring is the one that got really upset and everything. We let her go over there to them, though, and stuff. As she said, we were making jokes. I asked him a question, and if you're gonna say something, say it to my face. It's like, me too, though. Like, if you're gonna talk bad about me, if you want to comment something bad, just do it. I won't care. I will probably say something back. I will say a snarky remark. That, or I will probably report you because that's how I am. I don't care. You could be a little kid saying something. Because you could probably be really rude when it comes to people that are like me, when it comes to different sexuality and the whole I'm both genders thing, because I know some kids are like that. I also know adults are like that. So if you're an adult that's watching this as well, and you're like that, you could just leave and not even care. Or you could leave a remark and I will say something back, but I also will probably report your account. Because it's literal rude. It's literal rude to do anything like that. That or even in real life. But I'd rather have it up front than behind my back. Because I've had friends that were like that. Not with the whole sexuality and gender thing, but I had friends that would talk behind my back, of course. I'm like, you know what? You could literally just be up front with me and say it right to my face. And you know what? I really won't care. I will probably say something smarty back. I'll come up with a great comeback that you cannot do anything about, probably. And stuff. And I may or may not just tell someone else as well, like an adult that actually cares about me at the school, because there's only like a couple adults that actually cared for me, and that's of course Miss Huffman, of course Miss Yankee, choir teacher of course cares, because in the choir classroom there is no drama. But of course you could tell him about drama that's going outside and everything, and of course he'll be helpful. Because he's not a rude teacher. He's a nice one. And that was at my other school, aka Mr. Vanderpass. Was choir teacher. Of course, couldn't go to Miss Spouse about anything. She was the one that was usually causing the problems anyways in the choir. Anyway, so but I also could have gone to Miss Sarrazin or Mrs. Langyard because they're awesome. And they would actually care. At my new school, I could go to quite a bit of teachers, like Mrs. McClyman. I could, of course, go to my assistant principal. I could go to the actual principal. I could, of course, go to the nurse or the other lady, the human resources lady, I think it was. Or I could go to, like, even like my homeroom teacher, my French teacher, like quite a bit of teachers I could go to actually, and stuff that would actually care. Even if I was not in the class of one of these teachers anymore, they'd still probably care. And everything, because they're nice and they will care, like I said. Because they're not a teacher that doesn't just not give a shit about anything that's going on. They will actually try and help you through a problem that's going on. Okay, my nose is stuffed again, but it's not bleeding. That's a good thing. But that's how it is sometimes. You could sometimes just not find a teacher that cares at all. Or you could find teachers that do care quite a bit. So yeah, I know this video has probably been really random and everything, but I think venting, like I said in other videos, is just a really good thing. And I also like to explain what's going on in my life sometimes when I can. Like if I don't do it during... Sorry, I got a message from my mom, I got to answer. No, like, it is a good thing though. Especially if you're a type of person that wants to at least let your subscribers know what's going on, or even people that just watch your videos because you care. And I know sometimes people have subscribers that are like questioning what's going on. I know my friends will probably question what's going on. That are people from my other school like wanting to know how I am. Like, even if they don't even care one bit about me, they still probably want to see my videos. They want to know how my life is, which is better without you. Quite a bit of you from Lamira is better because I don't have to deal with a whole lot of bullying and people always being rude to me almost every day of my life. Because that's what happened quite a bit at Lamira. Quite a bit of you were just rude. And you were here to make fun of me, watch my videos, laugh at them, instead of actually truly knowing how it is to be me and to see how it is to feel how I feel. Because none of you have truly probably been bullied. Because bullies can be the people that have been bullied, which probably most of the people at Lamar have not been bullied. There's more of the group that I was a part of that were bullied. Otherwise, there's a whole majority of people that probably were not. But then, bullies are also the people that just want to overpower you. They want to see you cry. They want to see you weak. They don't care for how you feel. They just want to see that they have control over you. And at a point, yeah, they kind of did. But then, over time, starting from 5th grade and up, I stopped kind of caring. I would ignore it, or I'd say the snarky remarks back, whether it was different and everything. And so, yeah. But then I also started changing. Because in 5th grade, I no longer wanted to be girlish. Yes, I had the piercings only because I wanted to know how it was having piercings, but also because someone who was technically my cousin at the one point wanted me to have piercings, and she wanted to give me earrings and everything. AKA Asia, not really my cousin, but I still consider her, Dana, as like cousins, and I still consider Dylan as a cousin, even if he's no longer with us. He's still here, and he's still a cousin to me, which sad. That was sad, especially because at the time he died, I was really in a bad place, especially because my parents don't even know that I tried suicide, and I really don't want them to know because I've gotten quite better and everything. But at the time when he died, I did try suicide, and I more felt like I lost the only person who understood me sometimes. So trying hard not to cry, because it's hard not to cry when I talk about Dylan and everything, because he was the only person that did understand me at points here and there. Especially because when I wanted to watch him, Johnny, and my weirdo brother play video games, and I wanted to join in, that was when you could tell I was starting to be boyish and I wanted to be guyish and everything. It wasn't because I wanted to understand guys, it was more because I kind of want to be a guy myself a little bit and everything. But of course, that was barely ever allowed. My Aunt Nikki always had me going with Asia, Dana, and my, of course, weirdo of a cousin. Which I barely say my brother and my cousin's names. And when I mention these 4 people's names, of course, they're barely the people that actually watch. And I wish they were the people that watch, or the one I, of course, wish was not gone. So, yeah. Well, my Aunt Nikki does watch sometimes, I think. I don't know. I don't really remember. And she still does watch. Hey! How you doing? Haven't seen you in a bit, but hey. No, but that's how that was and everything. But those four are really the people who I'm grateful for and who I wish I could see again. Well, Johnny I sometimes see, but the other two I don't see anymore at all. And I wish I could see them, especially because me, Asia, and Dana, we used to have the same middle name because my name used to be Kaylee, then Ann, then the last name I'm not gonna say. But then when it came to 5th grade, my name, of course, changed to Kaylee Ann May Stutzman. aka I chose my own middle name. Yes, I did like having the same middle name as those two, but I also wanted to have Kaylee Ann as my name because it was technically supposed to be my name because it was the name my mom chose. But then when I was born, I technically wouldn't have had a middle name, but because I came up with my own middle name, I was kind of happy. Especially because I did like the name May because Mulan was probably my favorite Disney princess when I was younger, besides like if you talk like Cinderella, and Cinderella would also be one. But I liked Mulan and I like how they were helping the 3 princesses, and the one had the name May. I always just liked that name, so that's why when I chose my middle name in 5th grade, because otherwise I wouldn't have one, I went for May. So, and it's not spelled like the month, it's M-A-E, which is why K-May. But K-May is of course changing, and of course it's Cade. So, but when I did start changing, I was more happier with myself than I was before that, being real girlish and always trying to look my best and everything. When, of course, I still got made fun of, I felt more bad about myself. I felt really down most of the time and everything with their rude comments and everything. But when I started changing more in 5th grade and everything, I was more off happier. I didn't really start feeling more off guys until kind of 8th grade, freshman year, and then also kind of this year. But those 2 years, I still didn't have as much guys clothing as I do kind of now. But I also was more off like still kind of saying I'm a girl. Same with last year. This year though, I was more of like, I really don't know what I am or anything because I don't know the term yet. I thought it was gender fluid because of how it's like how you dress and everything and how you feel is basically how gender fluid works and everything. And I thought it was androgynous, where I look like both. And I finally found out the term non-binary. I'm like, this is what I am because I feel more like I'm a guy. But I also sometimes feel like I'm girlish, but not full-on girlish like I was when I was younger. I feel more off like I'm a guy, which is why I like the name Cade. I like being called that name. Yes, my mom's probably not gonna call me that. Neither is my dad. And I'm perfectly fine with that. But it makes me feel better is that I was able to finally find out like the different terms and finally figure out, hey, this is what I am, this is my sexuality, and it's whatever. You can say what you want. I probably just, whatever. So, things did get better throughout years when I started changing. I wasn't so depressed, but 8th grade was like my really bad point and everything. And of course, when I did try suicide, it was, of course, jumping off the bridge in Elmira. because it was probably the only way you could kill yourself besides going on the train tracks and waiting for a train. But of course, that would take forever. So yeah, but the reason why I didn't full on go through it was because me being me, I believe in ghosts. And if you know me, you know I'm able to see ghosts and everything. I'm able to hear them. And if I'm not able to see them and everything, or even hear them, I'm able to at least like feel their like presence and everything. That's why I've had kind of bad anxiety at some points, and that's why I don't like cemeteries, and why I probably won't go in one unless I have like a turquoise stone with me or something that will just kind of keep me safe, or at least feel protected. Because last time I was in a cemetery, like actually in it, going to like a grave with my aunt Kim's. Like I don't know what it was, but we were going there and everything for her grave, or where her grave is and everything. And it was at night because for some reason we had to go at night, and I just could feel the ghosts. I didn't let on that I could see them or feel them or hear them, everything, and I could, but I didn't want to let it on mostly because I saw something that was quite bad there. I've told a few of my friends this, and I told them that if I see something like this around anyone, I'm right away scared, and I'm right away doing something to protect that person. Like, whatever that thing is looking at, I'm gonna try to protect them or something. And I don't know if I made it in time to actually protect my own brother, because shadow people, that's what it was. I saw a shadow person that night in the cemetery, which is why I don't like cemeteries, because that's where they linger. They linger there to attach to a person when they're sad and everything, or when they're angry, because they use those really bad emotions and everything, and they attach to that person. And we were all kind of sad. We were all kind of crying. Even I was crying, even though I was also really focused on that shadow person because it was staring at my brother. And I'm really hoping it did not attach itself, but I also don't know if I was in time, because I know when a shadow person attaches itself to someone, you can't feel it. You cannot feel that presence anymore. That presence is like absorbed into that person. And so I was not able to feel if it went to my brother, and it. So that's why I don't like going to cemeteries. Yes, I've always liked kind of like the cemetery games and everything that they have online, but I personally would not do it unless it was like in the day, because that's barely when ghosts are out and everything. But at night, I will not go because of how much anxiety I feel and how much it could be a bad thing. So, yeah, if you do not believe in ghosts, I'm perfectly fine with that. You do not have to. You do not have to believe a thing I said about this experience and stuff. But also, it's the fact that because I believe in ghosts so much, that when I did try my suicide attempt and everything, I saw actually the ghost of the person who I thought of so much during that, and that was Dylan. And the thing he said to me was that I can't go through it. That no matter what people say or do, I have to be strong, and I can make it through it. As long as I can be strong, as long as I put on a face and make them feel like they cannot break me. So that's kind of why I didn't go through my suicide attempt and everything. So, yeah. So when that challenge day, whenever it comes again, I don't know if it already came, but when they have challenge day again, I'm doing it again, only because so that I can be there for my other friends that are going to do it, but also for other people to be an example for them, to show them that you can still be strong even if you've been through the hard times, because it's always the last question. Even this time through it got to me, because it still will probably get to me, because it is a hard question. It is hard to say that, no, I did not have a childhood. No, I was not really a child. And be proud of it or be smiling about it. But I'm proud that I was able to survive with everything that I went through, and to still be here, because that means I can show people and I can be an example for them that if you go through the hard times with bullying or anything, or the stuff that I went through as well, or if you're feeling suicidal, or if you've been close to dying, even if it wasn't you that tried to kill yourself, like if it wasn't a suicide attempt, it was actually someone trying to kill you, you can still be strong. You can put out the most strong face you have, and you show them that you do not care for what they have to say. You could show them that you are stronger than what they think and everything, and that you can survive through the harder stuff that some people think that you can't survive and everything. And that's why I like the challenge today so much, and that's why I'm happy kind of doing it, even if it is a sad day and everything, and even if I do cry, I'd rather go through it and be that example for people and be proud of what I want to be, a singer and a dancer, because I want to be the voice for people that cannot stick up for themselves sometimes. And I want to be the example that shows them that you can go through anything as long as you stay strong, as long as you have at least that one person that's always there for you, that's rooting for you, that will cheer you on and everything, that will be your personal fan, and everything. That's why I will probably once again do the challenge today, because I'd rather do it than not do it. And I'd rather be the example for those who weren't able to do it last time and that just want to see how it is, or want to show them, like, you can say your deepest, darkest secrets, because we will not say a thing, because what stays in the challenge today will stay there, kind of. Of course, people will know it now, and of course, it will be hard to go through a day at some point and everything, because people now know, but people probably won't share exactly what happened, because they probably feel sorry, or they understand, and they feel great that you were able to show them something, that you were able to show them that you've been through a hard time, and that if they go through a hard time, you can be there for them instead of letting them down and being like, oh, I don't care. You could be the person that says, are you okay? Do you need someone to lean on? Do you need a hug? And that's why I think Challenge Day is a good thing. I'm really upset at how it went with Lamira, because yes, people already knew what happened and everything, and when that last question hit, and me being the only student on the other side was a hard thing. I was not the only person, but I was the only student, and that was hard for me personally. But it was also hard for my friends, seeing me on that other side, seeing me break down. And they wanted to be there for me. They wanted to hug me. And that's kind of the understanding of it, because they wanted to be there to support me as much as they could, even if they didn't understand what happened until that day. But because of how Lamira is, they shut down the day afterwards, and everyone, of course, went back to making fun of people. They went back to making people's lives hard. When it came to other things, like being racist and everything, they didn't care. Like, we're gonna make fun of the people. even after knowing that they've been through a hard time with their race and everything, or like even religion and stuff. I don't have a full-on religion, but I believe in something. I believe in like gods and goddesses, not the Greek ones to be exact. I believe in what the Cherokee used to believe in, kinda, and everything. I believe in the cleansing ceremonies. I believe in ghosts. I believe in spirits and everything, because that's who I am. I'm part Native American and everything. So I, of course, believe in like the symbols, and I believe that turquoise stone could help protect me. And so I hope you all understand this. This was a good venting session for me. And when Challenge Day does come, know that I will be there, and I will be your example, and I will show you that you can be strong, and that you can be whoever you want to be, and that people's words will not matter anymore.